Who's a good girl? Are you a good girl, Ann? You a good old girl. Yeah. Okay, I wanted to show anybody who's interested my aquaponic setup. Today is March the 21st, I believe, here in Oklahoma. So it's a little early to actually start growing vegetables and such, but I'll go ahead and show you what I've got going on. This grow bed I kept covered with some plastic, so I do have some growth. I've went ahead and planted a few seeds. I've salvaged a few plants that this leek in particular, and these green onions that have taken root, just the cut ends, you know, from what we used in the kitchen, and they've taken root out in the compost heap. So I went ahead and salvaged them, brought them inside. That little bundle, same goes there. Now I have planted a few seeds out here, and I kind of forgot what's what, but I believe I've got some radishes germinated over here. So as long as I keep this plastic cover over top, I'm not too worried about the frost, but we're definitely not out of the woods yet when it comes to a late frost. But yeah, most of what I've planted out here is some type of lettuce, spinach, radishes, possibly some kale, I don't quite remember. All cool season type of stuff. I'm pretty sure that's a lettuce, like a romaine type. Bib lettuce or something like that, and should be what all of these are. I just barely tried to plant that end of celery stalk, not stalk, but a head of celery, and we'll see if I can get that to take off. If not, that's fine. I'll get some seeds. And yeah, you can see a whole lot of mineral deposits, and I guess that's as my aquaponic water has evaporated, it's left a whole lot of minerals, and there's a fair amount of warmth in here under this cover, so that really contributes to that. There's been some salt in the system for the health of my fish, and so that has definitely shown up here, but I don't think it's a problem. It's not anything harmful. I mean, it's all just part of the system. But I love this leek right here, because you can see this was a cut end, like I say, from the kitchen. My wife cut them off about there, I think, or it could have been down here. Cut it off, threw it all away, and I found it out in the compost pile with roots in it, on it, so went ahead and planted it. And it's grown all of this. I love it. It was really only about 2 weeks ago. Okay, I'll show you the powerhouse of my system, and that would be these guys in here. I've got a few channel catfish, a couple of lake-caught sand bass or white bass, and whether or not it was a good idea to put those into my system, it is what it is. And I also have a few koi and goldfish left over from my initial system I started with last summer, which is this barrel system right over here, and nothing's growing in it currently. In the bottom, I have a few minnows. And these guys, where are they at? Okay, these guys I have to feed to the bass that are in my fish tank, because they won't eat the pellets. So yeah, that complicates things. They'll eat the smallest of my goldfish, as they just recently did the other day. I must have kept them a little hungry. But that's it. 2 grow beds. This one's been uncovered, so I haven't tried to plant anything out here. We'll see, maybe in a couple of weeks or by the beginning of April, if we don't have a freeze, I'll start planting some stuff. Go ahead and give you a view from the other side. Oh, and yeah, this is a really ghetto looking grow bed cover, but hey, it is what it is. Another view of my, I believe these are spinach right over here, if I'm not mistaken, but I've got some tiny little seedlings. This was another view, and that's just a bundle. I kept it rubber banded together, thinking I'll probably, you know, replant them individually at some point, but I may or may not. There we go, there's a little better view. But yeah, I'm fairly pleased. Water parameters out here I generally stay around 7.5 to 8 pH. So it's higher than I would like. And the reason for that, as you can see in my other grow bed especially, is that about half of each grow bed is a bunch of river rock that I've sourced locally. And I don't think it's possible to get local rock of any kind that doesn't in some way raise the pH. If all I had was this stuff right here, this expanded clay grow media, I don't think it would be such a problem, but that stuff's expensive, especially to fill 2 of these size of grow beds. But anyway, so that's the fish tank. Like I said, bass, catfish, koi, goldfish. And this is my sump tank. This is where the pump and everything reside. And hopefully if I ever have to add, add any amendments, chemicals, etc., that can be done over here, kind of keep the fish safe. This is a goofy little addition here, but I got the idea of a fluidized bed biofilter. And so I got this 5-gallon bucket and kind of plumbed it in line from my pump. And inside of it are a whole bunch of little short-cut pieces of drinking straws. I went and bought bags of like 150 of them for $1 at the dollar store, and so I think it really helped. That's it. Say bye, Ann.